Hi, I'm Nick Compass, Director of Instruction at Santa Ana Country Club. I want to talk today on our backswing about how our body, wrist, and arms are going to work together and get them sequenced up correctly. I think a lot of times I have students ask questions, hey, when are my wrists supposed to start? When are my arms supposed to start? How much is my body supposed to turn? So trying to get those sequenced up a little bit better together. So I've got a key move there called the Power V that's going to help us get into that good position with our arms and our wrists. So one of the things this week, Rory McIlroy the last couple weeks hasn't played. He took some time off and he went inside, kind of said he went into kind of a studio, basically didn't hit any golf balls where he could see the ball flight and just kind of worked on the movements. And for him, one of the things that he does in the backswing is, I think he sets it a little bit late here, okay, with our wrist. And then as he gets going back, that's going to tend to work him a little more up across the line. So what he's been doing, and you'll see a lot of players do this when they're on the range, they'll get set, and kind of a key checkpoint is if I kind of went halfway back here, that my hands and club would be in line right there. Now, you can see right here, my wrist is very straight, so I have zero wrist hinge right here, and I'll do it this way. So you can see, look how straight this is. Now, if we look at most golf swings, when they go back a little further, they're gonna have this, what we would call this backswing L position, okay? Now, if I go back and I'm straight, and then I try to do that wrist at the end, it's kind of forced, doesn't have very much smoothness to it, and I think sometimes happens too late, and we don't really want that to happen. So I'm gonna put a picture up here of Rory kind of working his practice swing as he's at the range, and you're gonna see him do his first little practice swing where he goes back to his little set position, and I'm gonna do it this way here first. So he's going back. Yeah, he's got that club and hands in line, but you'll see how we get this, what I would call, it's kind of a wide V, but this power V from his arm and his hand. So again, he's not perfectly straight right here, he's this way. Okay, so he's got this power V, so a little bit of the wrist, so as he goes back a little further, boom, it gets set right, just right there. So if we look at it this way, I'm gonna get set, go to that power V spot, so you can see how the club head's a little bit above my hands right there, but now for him right there, as he goes back, all he's gotta do is basically do a little turn, boom, and he's set in a perfect position right there. He's worried about it getting a little bit across the line there, and when he does that, it doesn't get across the line. I have a lot of students, again, struggle of when they're supposed to use their wrist, and they kind of understand that backswing L, but what they'll tend to do is they'll go here, and then they try to get it at that last second. So again, it's not happening very smooth, and it's kind of being forced in there. So again, we want to try to copy Rory's power V right here, okay? So when he goes back, and I'll put a couple more pictures of it here, when he goes back, he's right here. So we can see that between the club and that lead arm, that left arm, how he's got that power V right there, and then he can turn and he's set right there. So again, he talks about, hey, if I can get it set right here, and then I just do a little turn, boom, I'm in this perfect spot right there. So again, if I go here, we'll look at it this way, there's that power V. So again, yes, my hands are in line with the club shaft's pretty close to being parallel to my toes, but it's a little bit above my hands. I don't want it this way, I don't want it below my hands at this point, so when my hands are about pocket high, that club head's maybe a little closer to shoulder high, and there's that power V, okay? And again, I'll put a couple pictures of him doing it. Now, when he actually does his swing and he goes full motion, it doesn't happen that soon. He's a little bit later with that power V, but he's working on that to try to get that to set just a little bit earlier so that he can just kind of do that turn at the top, and he puts the club in a better position there. So again, we've all heard probably about that backswing L. We've seen that position, ton of drills of doing that L to L swing, which is great. But again, how do I get to that L? It doesn't just happen all of a sudden. And I think the best way to do it is, again, working on that power V. So again, if I could get, boom, power V to here, do a little turn, boom, now I'm set and I'm in that great spot right there. So again, let's copy Rory's backswing power V move to help us get that club in a better position and make our backswing really good.